but because they do genuinely good things and they write beautiful music. They have just come back from conquering one side of the world, including finally South Africa was your last stop. And the week after next, they're about to go off to North America to see if they can share the love and get Trump to wake up and realize what a complete. Anyhow,
We'll do it.
you can do it. If anybody can do it, you can do it. They are here to. They are here to share with you their new music. They are the Portraits. They are wonderful. Would you please make them feel very, very famous? The Portraits! Woo!
Wow.
Wow. Okay, troops. 2, 3, 4.
Will you lead from the head? Will your heart rule instead? Lead us to better ourselves, get ahead. Simply teach us to know how to think again. You were once nameless, now you are shamelessly spraying out in rainbows of pride. Again lifted onto your shoulders, the burden of hope in your name. Good things, good things, good things come. Good things, good things, good things come. Oh, good things, good things, good things come to those who wait. There's anticipation, emancipation, but discrimination now flows through this nation. Teach us to know when we're wrong. It's never easy, the safety of PC in your eyes when we see Francis of Assisi simply godlike for too long. Good things, good things, good things come. Good things, good things, good things come. Oh, good things, good things, good things come to those who wait. Good things, good things, good things come. Oh, good things, good things, good things come to those who wait.
Thank you. Good evening, all. How are you? Good. This is a very, very special night. Wow. It's just so nice. We were outside earlier and we saw all these lovely summery-looking faces coming around the corner and greeting us, and just so many people that we know have been such great supporters now who've turned into friends. It's kind of humbling, really, to see all these beautiful people, and we love you all for all that you've done for us and helped us to keep the spirit up, which is not always easy as a musician. I'm sure Attain knows that as well. And wasn't she good? I agree with Richard totally. Thanks, Attain, for starting the night for us so beautifully. We are here to celebrate our new album, which looks like that. Actually, I don't need to do that because we've got the original. This was the original piece of art that Lorraine did in Cape Town. Yeah, where we were a few weeks ago with the help of our kids, one of whom is here tonight, Kira, and it translates to that on a CD version.
But he can't wait to show you the next part.
And this on a vinyl. Wow. That is a lifetime's ambition. Fulfilled. So this is very special. But I have to say, we've had to let quite a few people down tonight who've come and said, can we have one of the... And we've actually run out of stock already. We've immediately ordered more. But they are totally beautiful. We've done two types. And this one, I think, is a... No, this one isn't actually. This is a black one. We've also got a see-through vinyl. Oh, it's gorgeous. And it sounds... Ooh.
It sounds... You're not very happy with it, are you?
No. So we'll tell you more about how to get this if you haven't received our emails and found out about it a little bit later on, but it is a slightly different, wacky way to get this, and there's a sheet on your table that tells you more about it if you want to revise up before we tell you about it later. But before we do any more of our new album, we're going to, this is kind of our last album, Lions and Butterflies, and we kind of feel like it's our sister. No, I'm not doing a sales, yeah, okay, I'm doing a sales thing.
But Jeremy, you've forgotten they've all got that.
Oh yeah, they have actually, yeah, that's right. But this one we kind of feel is like the sister album to the new one. They kind of feel like two of a kind, two of a piece. And we're going to sing two songs from this now. We're going to sing Fairy Lights, which was inspired by a trip in a plane looking down at little lights below us as we went over a tricky part of North Africa where there'd been a history that was less than pleasant, shall we say, and perhaps inspired by some of the things that our people did at the time. And I kind of got this very strong feeling of how easy it is to sort of sail past these things, these tricky questions in life, and you zoom out and you kind of think, oh, that looks pretty, and you don't delve too deeply because underneath the pretty is some darkness. So this is Fairy Lights, and we're also going to sing after that Exile, which was our take on Vladimir Putin and the way he just removes anybody that happens to disagree with him. And I feel like we should write a new verse to Exile really now, because not only is he controlling his own politics, but apparently everybody else's as well these days. So we'll sing the original of Exile and work on the new verse. So this is Fairy Lights and then Exile. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Trot around the turbulence is on the ground. Travelers' anxieties, nothing to the dread, unleash a mile below. Wars, fronts, rivalries, so far from our ancestors' cares. Divide and rule, run away to live to lie another day. Take the lion's share, let the rest disintegrate. Ours is wealth and power and divine right. We imagined away the fires that we laid. From right up here I'd swear they're fairy lights. Winged toy blown astray, a fragile bird will land today. Over a million lives, time makes good, but fast divides. We take the lion's share, let the rest disintegrate. Ours is wealth and power and divine right. We imagined away the fires that we laid. From right up here I'd swear they're fairy lights. Share, let the rest disintegrate. Ours is wealth and power and divine right. We imagined away the fires that we laid. From right up here I'd swear rest disintegrate. Ours is wealth and power and divine right. We imagine the way, the fires that we laid, from right up here I'd swear they're fairy lights. Weapons of song to shatter the cross borne by a country with no voice. Do you dare to sing out? Do you dare to sing out so loud? Still they pretend here at the building blocks of freedom and choice. Do you dare to sing out? Do you dare to sing out so loud? I can hear her singing in the shadows, dreams of running to exile, but outside these walls come tumbling down. She echoes through halls, no doubt it's a risky business to take on the king. Do you dare to sing out? Do you dare to sing out? With murder in London and silence from the complicit in Scotland Yard. Do you dare to sing out? Do you dare to sing out so loud? I can hear her singing in the shadows, dreams of running to exile, but outside these walls come tumbling down.
Thank you. So, in this very room, about 14 months ago, I think, we held a little referendum of our own. And we decided that we wanted to ask some of you, maybe, who were here, or whoever was here at the time anyway, what we should call this next song. It was brand new at the time. In fact, it was I think we'd only learnt it that very day for the first time. And we asked the public's view. I wanted it to be called Here. Lorraine wanted it to be called Crossfire. Lorraine won by a landslide. And it just goes to show, if you don't want to know the answer to a question, don't ask the question. Actually, I've grown to love the title, and you'll notice there's some extra people turning up now. I'll introduce them in just a second. The song was inspired by a meeting that we had in our... most of our new album is inspired by trips to... a trip, I should say, we made to Burma in Myanmar, it's called nowadays. And we met this little boy in a school that we support there who had a very sort of haunted look about him, and we discovered that he had lost his entire family only 2 or 3 weeks before in a tribal conflict in a distant, far-flung part of the country, of which there are still sadly many in this country, that now has a sort of de facto type of democracy, but it isn't real yet. But it's better than what they've had for 60 years or so. And this little kid had a very haunted look in his eye, and I think probably so psychologically damaged that it'll be, a very long time before he can live anything of a normal life. So we wrote a song inspired originally by him, but then we kind of got thinking, how often is it that children seem to end up in the middle of our adult problems in life, whether we're talking on a global level or just, in our own lives. It's something that is so shocking. Kids need to be protected, and so often we can't find it as adults to, find it in us, or find the time or the wherewithal to protect the children that are in the middle of our adult problems. So we wrote this song a little bit about that, and you'll have noticed that we've been joined by two fabulous people who are, along with Vincent here, who I will introduce properly later. This man is one of our greatest friends in the world. And he and his wife, Danu at the back there with Lorraine's camera madly taking pictures, have flown over from La Rochelle, as have Vincent himself, who's from La Rochelle in France, and his partner, Astrid. And they're all here to celebrate with us this amazing thing, and they're going to play with us. So introducing to you Astrid and Francois, both of whom also play on this album, this brand new album of ours, and we're so happy about that. So this is Crossfire. Are we okay?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mine is a small place here in the corner of a battleground, where one who's so small all but disappears. So full of terror at the thunder crashing endlessly out in the hole. It's coming closer, bleeds through the plaster, and I might see still. And over my head the cries of hate and arrows fly. There in the crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. Should have been nowhere near at all. This is my refuge here in the corner of a safety net that's torn up in fear. If I stop breathing, maybe I'll vanish. Mother and father, please don't leave me here. It's coming closer, angrier, faster. I might see still, and over my head the cries of hate and arrows fly. There in that crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. I should have been nowhere near at all. And over my head the cries of hate and arrows fly. There in that crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. I should have been nowhere near at all. They forgot I was here. Over my head the cries of hate and arrows fly. There in that crossfire am I, and my tiny heart takes the fall. I should have been nowhere near at all. And over my head the cries of hate and arrows fly. There in that crossfire am I, and my tiny should have been nowhere near at all. They forgot I was here. They forgot I was here.
Thank you both. Ooh, I enjoyed that. I should say, you can see that this man is a master guitarist. Astrid does a little bit more in life than shaking eggs. She does shake an egg very well, I'm sure you'll agree. But she's also a brilliant cellist. And Astrid and Vincent do this incredible thing in France, in our part of France, their part of France, each year, where they basically, them two plus 3 or 4 other people, run a youth orchestra for young people. And no adults, well, you are an adult, but no sort of big proper adults involved, only you kids. And they are just sensational. And the I mean, you know, London Symphony Orchestra, eat your heart out. It's fantastic. It's really good stuff. Right, okay. So Astrid is now going to prove that she does a little more than just shaking eggs. Some of you may know that we wrote a song on the day that Joe Cox MP died last year, inspired to our core by just this terrible story, leaving the politics out of it, leaving anything else out of it, just this desperate situation from the point of view of parents of young children, the idea that you could just be ripped away from your young children and never see them again, and they'll never see you again, is just too hard to bear. And I was walking around that afternoon and genuinely, like I'm sure most of you were, feeling just devastated. And I kind of then got into a defiant mode and I said, you know, I'm going to write a song, I'm going to write some lyrics and send them to Lorraine. And the gist of the lyrics is going to be, okay, so they can do terrible things, whoever they are. The people who want to terrorize us can do terrible things, and they can steal the people that we love, but they can't actually kill love itself, because love always survives. And it's a simple enough message, but it will always come back. And this was the gist of this song. I wrote the lyrics and sent them to Lorraine, and she immediately came up with a very simple melody to go with it. And it sort of seemed, we put it up online that night, it seemed to chime with a lot of people. And we then went to France a couple of weeks later, and with Vincent's help, translated the song into French, because it had been only a few days after we went to France that they had their terrible Nice attacks a bit later than this time last year. And we felt that we'd sort of wanted to honour that as well. We were playing concerts down there, and to show that really the thing that we need most at the moment is unity. So this version that we're going to sing now, we're also going to sing tomorrow morning at about 8:15 on Claire Balding's show on Radio 2 live, and we're a little nervous, to be honest, but actually being here tonight is a nice way to not sit at home thinking, so it's
I'm on a cup of tea tonight.
I'm on cappuccino.
He's on cappuccino.
We usually do have a sneaky glass of red wine, but not tonight. No. So yeah, this is our bilingual version, which is a kind of tribute to the need for us all to unite across borders, and you know, and this, as I say, yes, we wrote it with Vincent's help, translating our lyrics into French, and we'll play it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anyone can start a fire and make the headlines, and anyone can send a message around the world. Anyone can fill the skies with clouds of hatred, but nobody can ever murder love. Chacun peut prendre une vie avec la violence, ou priver un enfant de sa maman. Tout le monde peut mettre la liberté en péril. again, to stand up much prouder, to shout even louder than them. Unless and until we lose the will that we have found time and again, to stand up much prouder, to shout even louder than them. Anyone can make a sound to bring us terror. Anyone can set a scene to bring us fear. Tout le monde peut essayer de nous diviser, mais personne ne pourra jamais tuer l'amour. Avant et jusqu'à ce qu'on perde le droit d'un monde qui n'a pas d'ennemis, ils voleraient notre fierté, nous chanterons plus fort que lui. Unless and until we lose our will that we have found time and again, to stand up much prouder, to shout even louder than them.
Thank you. Thank you, Astrid. Merci. We are going to sing two new songs from our new album, both inspired by Burma. We're going to start with the song that's at the end of the album called Enlightenment. Enlightenment, quite apart from all of our understandings of the word, in the Buddhist culture that they practice in Burma, when they meditate, which they do as part of the religion, they are always aiming to achieve enlightenment, which to my Western understanding means the end to suffering and to desire, or the end to desire and suffering. And in a way, what the country has gone through has meant an awful lot of suffering has fallen on the people. And they've had a desire for change for a very, very long time. But they quietly meditate their way to change. And it is coming. Years ago we used to go and they used to say, it will come when it is the time. And we used to say, oh, far be it from me to sort of advocate violence, but you did sometimes wish that they would rise up and overtake and take over this terrible, terrible government that had been sort of ruling them with a rod of iron for 6 decades. But it's lovely that we were wrong and they were right. And there are signs now that it is opening up. And I walked around with this in my pocket the whole time, taking notes, my mobile on my iPhone notes, just making notes of the things that I saw and kind of the change that was happening. And the change was basically clothing. The old Burmese clothing was starting to be replaced by Western clothing, jeans and short skirts, and Western fashions were coming in, and there was an opening up of politics. People were talking about what they believed in, and it was inspiring. And yet there's another side to it, which is that the brutality of the Burmese military dictatorship had actually held back development, architectural development, and a lot of it was like a museum. The Yangon, the capital, Rangoon, is like a museum to 60 years ago, a different world. And of course, a lot of that, along with the culture, some of the local culture, some of the local costumes and things, will be swept away when change comes. So I was kind of pondering this as well. Is change all good? Well, obviously, when it comes to freeing up a nation, it is. But with it comes change that you might regret a little bit as well, some of the old things going. So, but this is a little song about that, and we're going to sing after it a song called Beautiful Chaos, which is really about just the beauty of the people and how when you meet them, they just want a slice of you, and what they do, once again with this device, they all got mobiles now, and they just want a picture of your face to take away. It brings them good luck. They feel that it's something that they treasure, and you kind of end up thinking, I can do more than just give you a picture of me. I can give you more of my time. I can go home and pack up my life and just leave it all behind and come here and help. And
could I just
yes,
add,
please
and,
do.
and
Sorry,
I think
I'm
it's
waffling.
important to add
Go.
that for everybody that helped us fundraise last year,
Absolutely.
it is last year, I don't know where I am, but it is last year, and the generosity and people in this house this evening have helped us through that journey
Totally.
of actually giving that money to that school, and we saw with our own eyes the difference it made for, they didn't have Wi-Fi because they didn't have the money. Now they have Wi-Fi in the bibliothèque, so they can watch
In the
BBC
library.
television. We put up televisions. We worked very hard for the month, but one girl has got a scholarship to go. She's got a scholarship to go to Melbourne University. You know, all the kind of ways we could see that money would actually really work in that, just not the library, but making such a huge difference to their lives. And I just want to say thank you. I thought it was
Totally, yeah.
appropriate to say a
Yeah,
huge thank you to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So these are our two songs as we introduce them: Enlightenment and Beautiful Chaos. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is the end of desire and suffering,
And the rain hammer down on a road built in other times by tiny hands, and crowding into tunnels, the Westlands in short dresses, cloning catwalk brands. What cost this modern world? Is all this a facade, I ask? Can anybody really know for sure? Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bam. This is the end of desire and suffering. This is the end of desire and suffering. Hard labor spared the dimes, filling trouser pockets when such clothes weren't seen. But to undermine the people, marching in a thunderous shade of green. Another world today, brutalities, indifference preserve the scene. These rains now wash away. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. This is the end of desire and suffering. Desire. This is the end of desire and suffering. Enlightenment. Sinking in the floods, awash with power and knowledge and a century's drought. Identikit blue dishes beamed the world in, and now we beam back out. And now you're on the edge, the precipice of something new you're certain you've not ever felt before. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bam, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. This is the end of desire and suffering. This is the end of desire and suffering. Enlightenment.
These are the days that I'll hold, I'll keep in my memory. These are the words that I'll share wherever I go. Thank you for all that you've done, which I count as zero. Value me here more than gold, but I am no hero. I could leave behind music, faded dreams that aren't there. Return to this beautiful chaos where someone will care. Over the paddy fields, look down to civilization. Carving its scars through the green, green uncharted plains. Please tell me what I can do to make some small difference. I can't give more than my face and dreams from a distance. I could leave behind music, faded dreams that aren't there. Return to this beautiful chaos where someone will care. I could leave behind music, the faded dreams that aren't there. Return to this beautiful chaos where someone will care.
Thank you.
I should say that Jesu Dimba Day means thank you, and that's thank you from all the Burmese people that you helped. So
Yeah,
thank you.
definitely. We're gonna sing a song about how terrible mobile phones are in a second, but just before we do, I'm just going to read a few on my mobile phone, people that are watching from other places. And Pauline is watching, I think, with Justine. Justine Green is a Radio 2 newsreader who I'm sure you recognise the name of, and one of our greatest supporters and fantastic friends. And she's based in BBC Coventry, but also comes down to Radio 2 and does newsreading. And another great person who couldn't be here tonight, she wanted to be, but is doing a Coventry show tomorrow morning on BBC Coventry. Well worth listening to, by the way, tuning in online. And so she's listening with her mum in Coventry. We love you. Mwah. Thank you for listening.
He always wanted to be a radio DJ.
I did,
He
yeah.
did.
It's,
So
I'm
wouldn't
just
it
in
be
the wrong
good, you know?
profession, frankly. And I know that Neil's listening in London. He's one of our great supporters. And Anne and Peter are listening in France, Bretagne, in France.
And I've got one further
Have you?
afield.
Okay.
I've got Maureen and Rick in Canada, Sudbury, Canada.
Oh, yes.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
See you in a few weeks.
All right, stop boasting. Stop boasting. We are in the middle of this very wild, crazy year out. We are not the kind of people that just travel the whole time and are just sort of multi-millionaires and able to do that. You know, we have taken a year out, planned it years in advance, and we're in the middle of it at the moment. So we've just been to many very beautiful countries in Asia and South Africa for a couple of months, and now we're off to the United States, if we can get in, and and Canada, and we're taking this man. You're more likely to not get in. Yeah. We're going to do a house.
I'm okay. I'm Irish. I've got an Irish passport.
Well, at the
I'm
moment,
okay at
yeah.
the moment. I'm okay. Thank you.
But we're going to do a house concert with some fantastic people in Raleigh in North Carolina? No, Virginia?
It is.
Anyone help?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
my
fun.
geography of America's hopeless.
Can you
And
see
Vincent-
actually who's booking the hotels and like the road trip? Yeah. I know the map.
Vincent and his father are flying over and motorbiking it around America before arriving for the house concert. So what kind of state he'll be in when he arrives, I have no idea. But anyway.
Violin in two pieces.
Yeah, probably. So I was mentioning the song about the phone. It's not actually about a phone, but it's about the way that everything beeps around us and there's noise around us the whole time in this life at the moment. And actually, sometimes it's lovely to just escape it. And particularly if you've got kids running around and all sorts of, just people and noise and emails coming in. And it's so rare nowadays that we just get away. And I wrote this song
And me
in a moment.
nagging you.
And you nagging me. And I wrote this song in a moment where I just managed to go into a bedroom, close the door, and put on my phone. No, that's a bit ironic, isn't it, really? And record this idea for a song. And it's just about how sometimes when you're running your own business, running your own music, DIY music careers and all of that involve an awful lot of left brain and right brain, swapping, being your own manager one day, trying to then go and be creative. And sometimes you just go, but we've all got it's a good life, so I'm not complaining. But anyway, this is left brain, right brain. C minor? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Left brain off, right brain on. Left brain off, right brain on. Let logic turn to intuition. Planted thoughts grow to fruition. Let me sail on my ambition while cold analysis to passion, calculation to compassion, the hopeful glow of new expression while those around me lose their heads in the day-to-day, stuck in the fog of trivia. I rise above, find calm. Blow off the mists that cloud your vision and fill your space with indecision and summon up that warm creation while Those around me lose their heads in the day-to-day, stuck in the fog of trivia. I rise above, find calm. Those around me lose their heads in the day-to-day, stuck in the fog of trivia. I rise above, find calm. Find calm.
Left brain off, right brain on. This is called Back Button.
Do you really
Something-
want to know what this song is about? It's about our rows. And that,
We don't have any.
let's face it, I'm always right.
It's about the way we sometimes think one thing in the heat of the moment and say another. And we can't undo it. There is no back button.
And I have to say, actually, and honestly, we do everything together. We're a brilliant team, and we hardly fight. It's true. We talk. We figure it out.
Most of the time. 1, 2, 3.
I back down, I concede. I've more respect for you than you believe. I was wrong, I'll let it go. I've more to lose here than I'll let you know. Ah, 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 ah. Ah, 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 ah. I replay it in my head, and these are all the words I choose instead of the anger of the rage, the scenes we've set we never can erase. Ah, 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 ah. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, oh, I see it's my fault once again. Oh, oh, must be my turn once again. Oh, oh, it could never be you, it could never be you. Select all, cut, don't paste, and all the chances quickly went to waste. Tear up the script, rewire the head. This is what I should have said instead. Ah, 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 ah. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, oh, see it's my fault once again. Oh, oh, must be my turn once again. Oh, oh, it could never be you, it could never be you. Oh, oh, see it's my fault once again. Oh, oh, it must be my turn once again. Oh, oh, it could never be you, it could never be you. My fault once again. Oh, oh, it must be my turn once again. Oh, oh, it could never be you, it could never be you. Oh, oh, I see it's my fault once again. Oh, oh, it must be my turn once again. Oh, oh, it could never be you, it could never be you.
heard some O's. That was beautiful.
Oh.
Something tells me they're in the mood to sing.
Oh, what's next?
Oh, what's next?
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yes.
Yeah, we're okay with that. How are you? Is everyone okay? Good. Tame was right. You are a fantastic audience. It is lovely to have a listening audience. And this man, Richard, wherever he is, he's disappeared at the moment. Is he there? Ooh. Is he chilling?
Never far away.
Is he chilling? It's good to see him chilling. He doesn't chill very often. He has an awful lot on his hands running this beautiful place. And it is incredibly important to keep live music alive. And he is doing his bit, OBE to Richard, I reckon, for live music, services to music. Okay. We are going to sing Moon Song, which was on that last CD of ours, Lions and Butterflies. And I don't know if our little boy is listening in Cornwall with his grandma, Ewan, but this was written about him and for him when he was born. And so we dedicate it to him if he's listening. 2, 3.
A tiny heartbeat and next to me breathing, you kept your rhythm and I fell out of time. The moon, it stirs us, it waxes and wanes, a billion refrains, the same melodic line. The dead of darkness and borrowed slumber, but now I need you, you know that it won't keep. I need to take in more of this paradise that you have brought me. It's not a time to sleep. Leave the ordinary, step out of every day. Young eyes fixed on the moon's light, and they're shining as these moments fall away. A tiny heartbeat and next to me breathing, you kept your rhythm and I fell out of time. And if this moment will never breathe again, I'll hold it captive forever in my mind. Leave the ordinary, step out of every day. Your young eyes fixed on the moon's light, and they're shining as these moments fall away.
You know what's coming next, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah, good. Rahel the same. Yes, yes. Good. Because we've got a lot of very good singers in the house, and I know. And actually, Astrid, it'd be nice to get that third harmony going. Ha, 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 ha. Woo. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, that's the best yet.
Ha, 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 ha.
Now, absolutely loud.
I think one more time for luck because it's so beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Wow. How good is that? There's nothing better than when you're a musician and you just get people singing with you like that. And thank you. Beautiful. Really beautiful.
I actually didn't ask your mother to put the bottle of bubbly in the fridge. I thought that's preempting things.
Well, she's probably watching now, so why don't you...
No, I won't yet. I'll wait till after tomorrow.
Yes, no, good idea, good idea. When we were here in February, I think it was last year, we love sometimes recording the public and getting them involved in our songs, in our recordings, in our albums. And we've done it several times in the past, recorded voices, mass groups of people singing. And we did the same in this very room about a year and a bit ago. And we got everyone sitting here to sing a part of a song that we didn't actually sing. It was a bit mean of us, really. We just said, look, we've got this song in the pipeline, and it's called See You Right Here. We're not going to sing it to you because we can't, because we haven't practiced it. But we'd like you to sing a bit. And then when we finally release the song, we'll make sure you're all named on it. And I don't know if any of you were part of that. Were you? There we go. So there we go. One of the famous
Okay,
singers.
so you can lead all the others then.
So if you just take them through it quickly, that would be great. Yeah.
So we're
So-
going to go over it.
If you could do, we'll do a kind of revisit of that moment. I gift my face to fortune. So I gift my face to fortune.
So you're on
That's
our
it.
album then.
I gift my face to fortune. That's beautiful. They've got the idea. That's it. So this is a companion song to the one we were talking about a minute ago about Burma and the way that they always want your picture to keep it. And this was comparing the now in Burma with the Second World War and when the British left. And the Burmese always speak of how they wished that they had come back and helped to fix the country, and yet they don't express any animosity to us as Brits going there, because they're just lovely people. This is See You Right Here.
Nighted through a selfie, we smile, mine's a life he'll never share. Though our soul connections through a lens, no malice will he bear. Take your leave, dear friend, but will you promise to return one day this mild? Then our fathers turned away. Come you back to me, and when the light returns, you know I'll wait for you. See you right here.
Nighted through our history, most we mistreated now seek recompense.
Connections through lands, no malice will he bear. Take your leave, dear friend, will you promise to return one day this mild? Then our fathers turned away. Come you back to me, and when the light returns, you know I'll wait for you. See you right here.
I gift my
Take your leave, dear friend,
face
to promise to return one day this mild. Then our fathers turned away.
what price a treasured
Come you
moment.
back to me, and when the light returns, you know I'll wait for you. See you right here.
Down by the river, there's a tall willow tree who weeps all night for you and me. Down by the river, there's a tall willow tree who weeps all night for you and me. Down by the river, there's a tall willow tree who weeps all night for you and me. Down by the river, there's a tall willow tree who weeps all night for you and me. So this is the bit. If you could sing along with us, that would be great. And then keep going until the very end and we'll harmonise. I gift my face to fortune. I gift my face to fortune. I gift my face to fortune. That's beautiful. Keep going. Sing it out. Promise to return one day. They smile, then our fathers turned away.
Come to your back to me, and when the light returns, you know I'll wait for you.
That's utterly beautiful.
See you right
Wow.
here.
Thank you. I wish we'd gone on a bit longer with that now. You were beautiful. There's something about this room that inspires people.
That's the first time we've played that out live. And oh my goodness. I mean, anybody else that we played to have quite a bit of competition here. That was amazing.
Absolutely beautiful.
Sorry, beautiful.
And there was something very, very important that I forgot to tell you about the song, very briefly. We had a very good friend, another musician friend based in La Rochelle called Malcolm Ray, who was actually from Derry originally, and who was living there when we first moved to La Rochelle, which was mid-2000s. And sadly, Malcolm passed away, but he left us and lots of his friends various recordings that he'd made. He was quite a legendary folk singer in his time in the late 70s and early 80s with a band called Quilty. And anyway, we didn't ever kind of work directly with Malcolm. We used to share ideas with him, and we got on really well with him. But
We drank well together.
we used to share other things as well with him. But he left these songs, and we thought we're gonna get a little bit of one of his songs into the album. And he had this beautiful song called "The Willow Tree," and that was the bit that we sang in the middle. Not a traditional Irish tune, a song written not that long ago by a singer whose name I should be able to pronounce, but I can't. I can picture it in my head, and it's full of lots of letters. It's an Irish name. So I'll get Lorraine to tell you all about that later. But
No pressure.
with her permission, the songwriter, we used that bit, and there we go. So that's a tribute to Malcolm Ray as well. Okay, how are we doing for time, Richard? Okay.
Good. I want to finish the set.
2013, okay.
We've got about 4 more songs.
You can just tell us to shut up at some point if you want. This was inspired by South Africa. Today I tore up the past, browsing shelves of old photos that bore no resemblance to me, faces I no longer need from the holes of the journey I've made. These are all the faces I once loved, and I in turn gave mine. These are the stitches life sewed. Deny that it was you. Write history anew. Then somebody called time. Then somebody called time. Who'd have an interest in letting me go on? Said you can burn the record, but you can't erase time.
These are all the faces I once loved, and I in turn gave mine. These are the stitches life sewed. Deny that it was you. Write history anew. Ooh, every stitch in the fabric of me. Ooh, every stitch. Today I drop them one by one. Laughed, they promised me their future, and I in turn gave mine when I knew nothing of time. These are the stitches life sewed. When the past no longer suits you, deny that it was you. Write history anew.
Thank you. Whew. Wow. I'm glad I didn't spot Jackie Campbell until now, because every time I see Jackie Campbell, when I sing that song, I sometimes just somehow lose all the lyrics. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Yeah, no. I've just every time we've sung that to you, I just always forget the words. So
I think I actually owe Jackie Campbell quite a bit of money, because I see milkshakes going upstairs, brownies and sausage sandwiches. Oh my goodness.
Jackie and Paul have been kind of looking
Thank
after our daughter as well. So thank you to you. Wow, 2016 was such a year for losing such talented musicians. And while we were over in Burma just after Christmas, we got the news of George Michael's passing. For me, he was far more than just this sort of pop guy. He had a real kind of depth to his songwriting later on in life, particularly. And obviously, as a human being, struggled greatly with the trappings of fame. And I'm pretty sure that when they write the history books, they'll say it was fame ultimately that killed him, whatever it was that killed him in the end. There's all sorts of rumours circling around at the moment, but it was the trappings of fame which he just didn't like and couldn't get. And I'm sure to be in his position would be very, very hard. Such pain in his music, in his lyrics and his delivery, and we're going to try and do justice to one of his songs that we absolutely love. And we're going to follow it with a song of our own called The Cloud, which we wrote a couple of years ago. And we'll dedicate this to Steve and Jackie, actually, because Steve kind of encouraged us when we went to play a house concert up in his part of the world, Bromsgrove part of the world, to sing this song again. And we'd never actually played it live until we played it last October. And it was a song that was inspired by my own sort of struggles, if you like, with depression when I was in my early 20s, something that I've thankfully overcome by the time I was 30.
When you married me.
Well, yes. Yes, quite right.
And when
dear.
you had children, you didn't have time to think about your depression.
But the thing is that when you're in the middle of it, particularly the first time it happens to you, it is easily the scariest thing you've ever had to deal with, you know. And just the sort of sense of the noise that's all around you and the inability to make any sense of it, and just you're kind of constantly saying, if only I could just rise above this and just kind of get beyond it. Surely there's a brighter place, but you can't see that brighter place at all. So years later, long after I'd conquered this, I wrote a song kind of about the experiences that I'd had at the time, and we called it The Cloud. It felt appropriate tonight to do the two songs together. George's a different corner, followed by The Cloud, I should say, because it's kind of, they're related in one way or another. So this is them.
I'd say love was a magical flame. I'd say love would keep us from pain. Had I been there, had I been there, I would promise you all of my life, but to lose you would cut like a knife, so I don't dare. No, I don't dare, 'cause I've never come close in all of these years. You are the only one to stop my tears. I'm so scared, I'm so scared. Take me back in time, maybe I can forget. Turn a different corner and we never would have met. Would you care? I don't understand it, for you it's a breeze. Little by little, you brought me to my knees. Don't you care? No, I've never come close in all of these years. You are the only one to stop my tears. I'm so scared of this love, and if all that there is this fear of being used, I should go back to being lonely and confused. If I could, I would, I swear. If I could, I would, I swear. Forget fighting one another. The war in my own head is quite enough for me. And all the things these two hands would erase or rewrite. Did they talk to one another? These hands of such confusion, such discrepancy. They touch us, one caresses while the other takes a life. All I can do is keep my head clear of the butterflies that swarm all around me and form a cloud of confusion and wonder, wonder why. Wonder, wonder why. We've so much to contend with as leaders smiled and stabbed you in the back. Like a faithless friend, as sweet as honey to your face. Like all love stories, when the spotlight on the passion fades to black. Mistrust and apprehension set to win this human race. I can do is keep my head clear of the butterflies that swarm all around me and form a cloud of confusion. And all I can do is keep my head clear of the butterflies that swarm all around me and form a cloud of confusion. And wonder, wonder why. Wonder, wonder why. Oh, all I can do is keep my head clear of the butterflies that swarm all around me and form a cloud of confusion. And all I can do is keep my head clear of the butterflies that swarm all around me and form a cloud of confusion. And wonder, wonder why.
Thank you. Sorry, just rearranging our set a tiny bit.
You owe me a drink. You say I
didn't
always
sign.
change the set
We
list.
didn't sign. I will briefly, if I may, just explain a little bit about these. You may see a piece of paper on your table. What we're doing with this new album is Global Heartbeat is we're actually sending them out a little bit like this. So you get the main album, which is the black bit there, a little note explaining what to do, and you get some samplers. And uniquely, they're not for sale. They are for sale only with a promise and not money. All our other albums are still the old-fashioned way. I got one of these in case, it just needed a bit of visual, stimulation. I don't have many of these, but I just.
When did you work all of this out? Was this when you got up at 7
Yeah, it
o'clock
was,
this morning?
yes,
We were
yeah.
all still sleeping.
So this time, instead of one of these, you can buy the new album with one of these, and it's a piece of paper I've put a few around on the table. Some of you may have already ordered some in advance, and I do have a pile of envelopes with names on already, which I shan't hand out like raffle prizes or anything now, but come up afterwards and we'll distribute. But basically, fill your details in on this, and you come with this to us, pass it over, and you can have one of these while stocks last. Stocks are proving to not be lasting terribly well at the moment, so apologies if we can't fulfill your order, but we'll certainly get you the main album. We may have to forward the promos. The idea is bands spend an awful lot of money, or can do, on promotion, and actually we figured that the best promotion is people like Rachel over there and her lovely husband David and Steve and Jackie and Paul and yep, exactly, thank you, Louise and Paul and all of you fantastic
Steve and
people,
Jackie,
who just talk about us all the time anyway because you're just
Peter,
lovely.
Keep going.
Yeah, I know, there's so many,
Pete.
sorry, I can't,
François.
but
Can't think
if
of
we can
all.
harness that, so we get everybody like you to pass out these to other people that they think might like what we do, and it sort of spreads the word outwards. That's the idea.
So we can play the Albert Hall.
So we can play. You never know. One of them might fall into Albert's hands. You never know. So fill out one of these if you haven't already. You may have done it online, and if you have, I've probably got one.
He's going to chase you out the door. Promise you, you're not leaving here without one.
So, okay, we're going to do
Yep.
Walls of Silence. Okay, this song is called Walls of Silence.
That was the one I wanted to take off the set list, by the way.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. So,
Still hasn't.
this song is a tribute to all those other people out there trying very hard to be heard, and it's not easy, but you have to keep going. Persistence, I think, is the greatest ingredient, as well as a bit of luck to success in the end. Walls of Silence. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I came, I saw, took the city by storm. That was the plan, writ large across my sky. With my army of culture, conquer here, you conquer them all. So I was told in realities gone by. But now I sit in a self-anonymity in 4 great walls of silence. The party's in full swing, my grand entrance too late. Overcrowded already when you came. No one moved an inch as
as I stepped into the crush. I'll make a mark before I slip out again. But now I sit in a self-anonymity in 4 grey walls of silence. Never mind missing me, never mind mourning. I know you'll barely notice when I go. Never mind missing me, never mind mourning. I know you'll barely notice when I go. Notice when I go. Show them all you're floating in success, in hearts in your life for all to see, surrounded by beauty and soft focused lies, hoping the spotlight turns on me. But now I sit in self-anonymity in 4 grey walls of silence. Never mind missing me, never mind mourning. I know you'll barely notice when I go. Never mind missing me, never mind mourning. I know you'll barely notice when I go. Never mind missing me, never mind mourning. I know you'll barely notice when I go. Never mind missing me, never mind mourning. I know you'll barely notice when I go. Notice when I go. Barely notice when I go. Barely notice when I go.
Thank you very much. Big thank yous to Richard for tonight. We're coming towards the end of our set, but it's been a fantastic, fantastic evening. And we can't, sadly, we were talking to Richard earlier, we can't sadly stay around too long because we have to be good little bunnies and try and get ourselves to bed early tonight because we've got an important thing to do in the morning, which has just happened and it's fantastic, and it's our first time to be live on Radio 2. And, well, I don't know quite, we're just hoping, fingers crossed, it'll be fine. Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much. And I should say as well, thank you to our lovely friends Rahel and Sharif, who have given us our flat. We have a small flat which we're lending to them at the moment, and they have so kindly just kind of moved out for the weekend, and they're just the loveliest people, and we're so happy that they've kind of taken our flat and looked after it for us, and kind of let us come back as well, which is nice. So thank you to you too. We're kind of getting towards the end now. I think this is probably our last. This is a song that we did in 2014, which was a tribute to a little girl who was fighting for a bone marrow donor operation at the time. And it was a struggle, and it's a struggle for many, many people out there to get bone marrow donor matches from the register. And there's an awful lot of gaps, if you like, on the register because not enough people have signed up to do it. But we did this song partly because my own father died of leukemia 13 years ago now. And I wanted to sort of mark his passing, but also do something that might help somebody else. And we followed it through with a charity called Delete Blood Cancer, who I think are now called DKMS. They've changed their names. But I'm sure deletebloodcancer.org will take you through. And it's very easy to become a donor, and it'll tell you how to do it. And we were very happy about two things. One was, firstly, that Delete Blood Cancer called us one day and said, don't be disheartened, because we felt kind of like, I wish we could have done more with this song, but a song can only do so much. And they phoned up one day and said, we can tell you that after you did this song, we had a huge number more of applications to be donors, which kind of made us feel a bit better. But the real icing on the cake was that we got a call from Rachel, who is little Emma's mother, who is the girl that we supported. She was 6 at the time, must be now 9. And Emma is doing really well. She had a bone marrow transplant, I should say, and is Living a relatively normal life?
And her brother currently is now in hospital trying to get his
Because it was this freak
transplant.
situation where...
But he found a match, and so he was lucky it was her that hadn't a match. So fingers crossed for James. And
But you can imagine the situation their parents were in, having 2 children with this terrible blood disorder, you know. Were they twins?
No.
No.
he was younger, James is younger.
Okay. But they're an absolutely smashing family.
Well,
and
the song's for them.
Yeah, exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Give me just one day. To think I could have it all mapped out inside, a perfect sequence for life. Beneath a sea of questions, my father slipped away. No signs to wound his steely pride, and doubt flows always. Did I let him down? This is the whisper that could be a cry. We only need to pass it on. And seconds to find out, 1,000 hills to climb. The English grace and the moment's gone, and doubt flows always. Did I let him down? Give me just one day. In fact, you'll be handing me the rest of time. So many are waiting, not daring to hope that someone might give them time. Would you put yourself out for someone you don't know? Sell a day of comfort and purchase a life, and doubt flows always. Did I let him down? Give me just one day. In fact, you'll be handing me the rest of time.
This is the bit we nicked from A Day in the Life by the Beatles.
True. I didn't know that.
Not that. Come on, we need you to do this with us. I want to keep going. Sorry, that's just so gorgeous. Wow. You've been gorgeous. Thank you so much. Thank you, Richard. Thank you to you.
Just for one moment, imagine I have got the most exotic and colourful curtains that swept across the stage. You can't see the audience. You're going to have to make a big noise to get them back. So would you make one more big noise for the portraits? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Go on then. Can I say a big thank you to this man? Vincent Ambert. 7 years of his life. You'd get out in less time for murder. He is fantastic. He just, I don't know, it's more than just his amazing playing, but there's something about the confidence that we get when he's on stage with us. It's fantastic.
Can I just, before we go, I have to tell them. So this is typical of what we kind of get up to and what we start talking about when we're not practicing, right? We all know that a frog in English goes ribbit, ribbit, right? Do you want to hear what a frog does in French?
Might need a mic now, Vincent. Quoi. Quoi, quoi. That's it.
I mean, is that a sick frog or what? So we went on to all the animals that we could think of, and that's what we were doing last night. And I was just dying. No wonder my back's sore today, laughing. What is it again? Say it again.
Quoi, quoi. How can it be quoi, quoi? I mean, seriously. Ribbit.
So there you go. You've learned something new this evening.
Dear me.
We need a little bit of Astrid here to do the little shaky
Oh,
leg.
yes. Where's Astrid? Egg. She disappeared. She had enough. She gone back to La Rochelle without you. Where's Kira? Does Kira want to come and sing too? This is a song that we wrote a few years ago. And you might know this one. And if you do, please do sing along. Oola.
Oola.
This is... Okay. This is called Trilby Man. Once again, a big, big thank you to all of you. 2, 3, 4. They say there's little left to smile about, the daily race to hammer out fears. Drowning voices out listening takes too long to think about. In the void of 20 years, where are the open ears to share our sonic souvenirs?
When storytelling disappears.
A musician's lot is not a happy one. Cut through a million voices online on 88 to 91. It flies another singer gone. Are we ever going to find a crowd so overdue left? Too major label to know you'll always be a little too young, too old, too hard, too soft to break away.
Too done
If you know it, sing along. Too young, too old, too hard, too soft to break away.
Too done before.
Trilby man whose heart preceded him took us and gave us a vitamin, a shot of self-belief, a grin we've used to make them think again. We'll keep the hat on stage with us when competition's vigorous. We owe so much to Icarus. There's no too young, too old, too hard, too soft to break away.
Too done before.
Too young, too old, too hard, too soft to break away.
Too done before.
Too young, too old, too hard, too soft to break away.
Too done before.
Too young, too old, too hard, too soft to break away.
Too done before. On my right, the very great Jeremy Millington on piano.
And on my left, Lorraine Millington on guitar. The even greater. Now, come on, we need everybody to sing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Too young, too old, too hard, too soft
too soft to break away. Too dandy for, too long to hold, too soft to break away. Too dandy for, too young to hold, too soft to break away. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think I'm going to remember this. This is one of my best gigs ever. I love you. Ah. This is one of the best. Richard, thank you for having us tonight.
Well, do you know, for I think